hands up or I'll shoot!
Don't panic. Let's just stay calm. Nobody here wants to hurt you. We're all just gonna be cool, and everything will be all right.
Yeah, I'm cool, man. Everything's gonna be all fucking right.
Hey guys, what's up? I just picked up Heavy Rain for the PS3. I was actually really excited to get this game, just based off the demo alone. I had heard about this game. I thought it would be okay maybe, but once playing the demo, it really impressed me. So I went out, picked this sucker up, and this is not really a review. I'm gonna say it's more of first impressions because I'm not done with the game. I don't even know if I'm halfway done, to be honest. I feel like I might be halfway there, but so I don't know if I can give a full review, but I'm just gonna give you my impressions so far, and I'm just gonna review what I played so far. So basically, this game is a story about an origami killer, which it stars you play as 4 different characters. These 4 right here. In different turns, like for example, you'll play as like Ethan for a chapter, and then when his scene's over, he plays the next guy, and then he plays the next guy, and so forth. So basically, it's about this guy Ethan right here. I think his name's Ethan. Let me make sure. Yes, Ethan, and his child. One of his child. I'm just gonna say one of his children is missing, becomes missing, and the origami killer has him, and he's basically trying to get him back. So that's pretty much the gist of the story, but it's really cool. It's a different kind of game. It's not like this is more of a movie. Like it feels like a movie. It's very adultish, which I love. And don't expect going into this game to it's not very video game friendly. It's not like you're going to be holding a controller and doing a bunch of stuff all the time. You're really not. So I'm just going to let you know from now, you know, this is more of an interactive kind of movie, more so than a video game. So, I mean, you probably already know that if you play the demo. The gameplay, it's like I mentioned before, you control a character, and the controls are a little awkward. They're a little weird. You press R2 to walk, and you kind of control where he walks. You go up to different things, and you press something, it'll give you a command, and you press the command, and it'll do the action. Or if you press another button, you have all these like sayings, like in it, like it'll say what the character's thinking, and you pick one of the words, and then it'll just play out. It's kind of like a game called Fox Hunt. I've talked about it before, but it's kind of like an interactive movie sort of thing. So that's it's a little different. You got to get used to it. You know, if you're not accustomed to this, you might think it's a little weird at first, but you know, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty cool. So let me just go with the pluses. First, the storytelling. The storytelling in this is fantastic. It's probably one of the best story-driven games I've ever played. It's just one of those games where you're sucked into it because it's mainly story, you know, it's not so much gameplay, so they had to focus on the story and making it amazing, and it is. So the story is sick. You're gonna be so sucked in. You really feel like you're watching like a thriller, like a thriller movie, you know. It's just really good. The voice acting is pretty much top notch. I mean, there's a few characters here and there that you're kind of like, okay, it's a little funny sounding, but for the most part, at least the main characters, they all sound good. And you know, it would suck to have bad voice acting, seeing how this is a story-driven game. So the voice acting, I was pretty impressed with. I'm telling you, this game gets intense. Once like the game starts picking up, you're just like, holy shit, you know. It kind of reminded me of like maybe like Saw. There are moments where you're like, wow, this is very intense, very Saw-ish moments. It's just crazy. It's just really unexpected, and seeing how this game is rated mature, this game is graphic. There's a lot of bad words. There's nudity, and real nudity. I'm not talking about like God of War, where you see like a chick kind of naked in the back. It's graphic. There's blood. There's just so much going on. It's just such an adult video game, but not like sicko adult, you know, just like very mature game for, you know, just people who like watching movies. I mean, it's just it's great. It's hard to describe, but it's intense and it's graphic, and it really, you know, it doesn't feel stupid. It feels just right, and I really like that. The graphics are sick. I mean, this is one of the best looking games I've ever played. It's just the environments just look amazing. Like a lot of the apartments that you're in, and just the city just looks really, really good. So I was really impressed with the graphics and the face. Oh my god, like when they talk, the face movements and everything's just top notch. I'm really, really, really impressed with the graphics. Probably one of the best looking games I've ever played. It's just, you'll see for yourself. It's really, really good. And I really love the presentation of this game. From the moment you put it in, you know, you get this little screen that looks like rain, and it just has the game titles and the menu system, and when you go back and you look through the chapters, just the way everything is presented is just really classy. I love it. I think it's really, 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 really cool. Really good presentation. Probably one of the best presentations I've seen in any game, so it's worth checking out. Now, it's just not all amazing stuff now. You know, I gotta talk about some stuff that I didn't really love about this game. First off, the controls is a little weird. For the most part, when the prompt buttons come on the screen, when you gotta do stuff, it works. It gives you, I feel like they could have given you maybe maybe a second longer, because the thing is, you kind of want to watch the action, but then you have to look for the buttons to press. So I was a little, you know, iffy on that, but also, like, when you're moving the characters, it doesn't sometimes move the way you want them to move. Like when you hold down R2 and you're going straight, sometimes it won't go the direction you're supposed to be going, and it gets a little frustrating, but it's not to the point where, like, you can't play it. So I was a little not too happy about that. The beginning is a little slow. For those that buy this game and are like, oh, I want to get straight into it, it's a little slow at first. The first, like, chapter, maybe first couple chapters are kind of a little bit slow. You know, it builds up, trust me. But just be aware that it's not gonna start off with a bang right away. You know, some movies don't start out that way, and this is kind of like that. So be patient with it. That was my only little, you know, it's a little slow, but at first. And also, honestly, even though I haven't beat it yet, I know there's no replay value. There's no multiplayer. There's no, maybe if you beat it, maybe it unlocks making ofs, which is cool, and I hope it does. That would be great. But for the most part, I really don't think there's any replay value. I mean, it's so good, the movie's so interesting and so good that you'll probably go back and play some chapters, because some chapters are really intense. Some chapters I've never experienced any video game to this date, how intense it is and how adult it is. So you might want to go back and show some friends and stuff, but for the most part, there's really nothing else to go back to. I mean, it's so good. I mean, you will want to replay it again, but there's, like I said, no multiplayer, though there is downloadable content, and that's also a little bit of a negative for me, because I pre-ordered it at GameStop. They gave me the thing, but they're 1 week late with the downloadable content, so you can't download it till, I think, March 4th, which kind of sucks. But other than that, you know, I'm a little disappointed with that. So my final judgment of the game, I'm gonna have to give this 5 stars for sure. For the type of game that it is, 5 stars. I don't know if I'd recommend it to every gamer. For those who just want an interesting story, a unique experience, then I would definitely recommend this. But it's definitely a 5 for what it is. It's not Uncharted 2. It's not Mass Effect 2, but it's an amazing experience that you should definitely check out. 5 stars, at least from what I've played so far, so check it out.